Oh, well, this one's gonna be a fun one today. Oh, well, it might not be even that fun. It could be really bad. Hot takes. You know them, you love them. They've been around for years, eons, millennia. Ever since man could talk, they had a hot take. I would not doubt it if there was a caveman back in the day that was huddled around a group of other cavemen that was eating mammoth meat and decided to boldly say, mammoth meat is overrated. And all of them look at him just, you're next, buddy. So I've been around the VTuber space for a long time. I've watched a lot of clips. I watched a lot of VTubers, etc., etc. And because of that, I have a lot of thoughts. I have a lot of things about the community, but can't really say it. Opinions can be wild. Some people have a different way of thinking than others, and opinions can conflict. And the extreme opinions that go against the grain can receive some controversy, aka hot takes. Now, some people can use them as a way to be able to speak some truth, and some people can say them as a way to raise up engagement, you know, cloud farm, etc., etc. But this video, I want to lean towards more of the truth. So today I wanted to kind of talk about it objectively and see if some of these things can resonate with you guys. You can go in the bottom section down below. The bottom section? You guys are officially bottoms, okay? The comment section down below and see if any of these resonate with you. So I went on Twitter and I said, I'm making a video on VTuber hot takes. I need some lukewarm to hot takes in it. Could be about anything in the VTuber space. But before we get into those, here is my plush. Yes, it's officially out. This is the Koefficient U2's plush. It is so well made. Look at this freaking jacket. It looks just like mine. Got the little red Crocs because I wear red Crocs everywhere. It's got a hat, beard, all that good jazz. And you can get it right now in the description down below for a limited time only. I'm very proud of this product. It's one of my favorite things that I've ever done. So get this now while you can. It's going to be going out very, very soon. And if it does well, maybe I'll do some other products with U2s as well. I'm not the only person in this world that has a beard, a backwards cap, a jacket, or red Crocs, or whatever, or that happens to be fat. So if you want to get this plush and make it your own, just be like, yes, mom, this is the Harvey plush. Someone made it for me. Isn't it great? Look at that. Your son was made into a plush. Look at that. See? You could probably get it for Christmas and be like, hey, this reminds me of you. Brian. There could be somebody named Brian that looks like this. I don't know. Get it now while you can. Limited time only. They'll support the channel. I appreciate all your guys' support. Thank you so much. Anyways, let's get back into it. Quite. Oh my God, I know that guy. VTubing is gay, and if you are a VTuber, you are gay. That would make sense why my fiance is gay. This must be true. There is a lot of I'm not gay, but in the VTuber community, I won't lie. Hot take that can make me go missing in the upcoming 5 days. VTweeters and indie VTuber scene ain't gonna like me for this one. VTuber community needs less drama. I think the majority of people that have eyes in the VTuber space, I would not be surprised if the majority of them was because of drama that has occurred. And unfortunately, that is not new to VTubing. That is just society in 2024. People don't want to see all the good that can come out of VTubing. They just want to see the drama, all the different corporation drama, constant high school clique drama between different VTuber communities, delicate nature of being a personification of your VTuber. From an outsider's perspective, it can result to a lot of bullying, and because of that, people kind of thrive on it in these day and age. It's why so many VTuber news channels are so big right now. And even if they do try to focus on news in the VTuber space, whether it be the good or the ugly, they 100% use the drama in the space to be able to promote their channels more. Not to say that there's anything wrong with it, but that's just the nature of society in 2024. I don't know if this has changed, but I remember back in the day, I used to say, and I had a lot of friends that would say, I don't watch the news. I don't want to. It's depressing. I still have that mentality in this day and age, but some people thrive off of it. And that's just how it is. But on the other side of all this, awareness is a good thing. And that's why I think drama and or news, depending on how you see it, can be a good thing. It's not going away. It all depends on how you change how you view situations and how you view the space. I think more collabs between HoloStars EN and HoloLive EN should be encouraged more. Some of the best content from HoloLive came from a HoloSalt collabs and the Worms tournament. I think some really great collabs can come from them with the current roster. Absolutely. It's weird that this is a hot take, and it's very strange to see people being outraged by the cross collaborations between different agencies that are male and female. It's weird. I mean, this isn't really like a hot take. This is legit normal thinking. Don't think this is a hot take. This is not a hot take. This is normal. But it's weird to see that there's people that get outraged whenever a HoloStars member and a HoloLive member collaborate because their Oshi is not pure anymore. They interacted with men. Ew. This is an actual mentality that they have, and it's very strange. But just like the voices in my head, they don't exist. But it sucks when the actual talents get affected by this. It really does. And I agree that a lot of really good collaborations and moments can come from them collaborating with each other. I mean, the legendary Vesper Crony collab is still quoted to this day.
I can't see shit, Captain.
It is weird that when most VTubers graduate or get terminated, they receive even more supports from the fan than when they were in the agency and get even bigger. Like they pity them. Not saying that is a bad or that they receive support, but just sad that this is like that. I don't necessarily think it's because of pity. I think it's because of the situation and the people that actually get terminated and or graduate. The context is bigger than the result. And I'll even bet that some people are there in those streams after they leave because they want to see a little bit of tea get slipped. You know what I mean? But the context of the graduation or termination is everything. 90% of the indie VTuber space is full of lewd-tubers. Most popular indie VTubers that come to my head are lewd-tubers, and we need some more variety. Okay, so I don't agree that 90% of the indie VTuber space is full of lewd-tubers. I don't think that's the case. I think there's multiple indie VTubers out there that aren't lewd-tubers. The reason why you're seeing more lewd-tubers than regular indie VTubers is because being a lewd-tuber works. Stellar Blade is the perfect example of sex sells, and having something nice to oogle at can be something beneficial to your brand. But there is a lot of indie VTubers that aren't lewd, let me tell you. Okay, so I'll say something that's a little bit, maybe a little hot. People that are naturally lewd don't want to show off their body, so they won't get in front of a camera, and that's totally fine. However, if you get a VTuber avatar to express that same lewdness, the lewdness comes out, and they have no problem with showing off their original character. So looking back at this, I realized that I'm a fucking ESL and I don't know how to word things correctly sometimes. So let me rephrase this so it can be a little bit more easier to understand. People are way more comfortable showing off their sexuality and or, for lack of better words, their lewdness behind a VTuber model rather than in front of a camera. They're way more comfortable with it, therefore you see it a lot more often. But of course, not a lot of people like to do that and they just want to be completely non-lewd. That's all I wanted to say. Carry on. So being lewd is not a bad thing, but it's very common, especially in an anime-eccentric space. But I promise you, you can find non-lewd VTubers. I promise you that, and it's more than 10%. Keep politics out of VTubing. Lewd-tubers are overrated. Man, this is kind of a follow-up to the other one. Keep politics out of VTubing? Well, what if there's a political VTuber? A lot of people think that the VTubing space has to be one thing and one thing only, when it can be multiple things. VTubing is not necessarily a specific type of content. It's a way to express your content. Like, that's why there is a cooking VTuber. That's why there's an ASMR VTuber. That's why there is a teacher VTuber. And if there's a political VTuber, why would you say keep politics out of VTubing? So VTubing can have politics. If there is a VTuber community that has politics, then get out of that community. Go into another one. However, if the fans bring in politics when there shouldn't need to be any politics, okay, I agree with you there. Having a single Oshi is cringe. Have a harem of Oshis. Ah yes, my favorite movie is The Lion King and I shall watch it 24/7 until I die. No, dude, go get yourself some more movies. Variety is the spice of life. Having an anime VTuber model despite not liking or knowing anything about anime just to follow the trend is kind of cringe. I mean, yeah, no one likes a bandwagoner. But having a VTuber model is not that big of a deal. Even if they don't like anime or they don't watch anime, that's not that big of a deal. While the origin of VTubing is anime eccentric, I think people could just do whatever they want. You know? I knew a guy that played BlazBlue Central Fiction, an anime fighting game, and didn't watch a single anime. True story. Am I gonna gatekeep him from playing the game? No, who cares? My hot take is that VTubers need syndicates or unions. That is a tweet on twitter.tv. VTuber clippers only hyper-focusing on out-of-context and sexual content, and adding "and it broke" chat is so overdone and shows a lack of creativity. I agree. The amount of thumbnails I see that are just wild beyond belief is astounding. You watch one sexual innuendo or some out-of-context clip, now you have all. I always grew up thinking that you should be careful surfing your Twitter timeline. No one prepared me for surfing my YouTube recommended page. Oh my God, and the amount of times that I have had to watch clips that have some crazy titles. I click on them and it's really not that serious. As a viewer, kind of hard to determine which clip is a clip I want to watch when all of them seems to be like have a sense of urgency, like something happened, when in reality nothing really happened. Talking about a VTuber's personal life when they graduate and go back to said personal life shouldn't be as hush-hush as it is. They may be under NDA, but we aren't, though I feel like this is changing since the whole Doki Bird situation. This has changed dramatically since I first started. The Niji Sanji situation has definitely changed a lot on the personal life stuff. My opinion on the VTuber personal life has changed a little bit, but it remains kind of the same. Don't bring it up unless, you know, the actual streamer is talking about it. I'm talking about the person with the personal life. And I do like to allude to it sometimes, you know, like worst kept secrets. But I don't like to specifically say that blank is blank. You know, it's like you can do that, but just not in public, I guess. Because who knows what the situation is and who knows what the actual streamer is thinking about that. They just want to move on. They just want to leave that in the past, etc., and that's it. They want to focus on right now, which makes sense to me. But I still like to make jokes about it and kind of allude to it jokingly, like Doki calling her community dragoons. That's pretty funny to me. I feel absolutely zero sympathy for VTubers that market themselves on giving GFE, BFE when it inevitably goes south. Oh, that's girlfriend experience and boyfriend experience. Oh, I see. This might actually contradict what I said before, like previous to this, but I think it depends on context, and it definitely depends on the situation. I think if you marketed yourself as a girlfriend experience and boyfriend experience type of person or VTuber, and then you don't want to do it anymore, erasing your past completely can definitely lead to some destruction in your community. I think the best way to go about those situations as the person trying to have a change in career is to acknowledge it, but move on. Like, yep, I did it, but I'm not doing it anymore. That's it. Completely erasing your past is like completely erasing a lot of people's enjoyment that you gave. Whether it be enjoyment that you like or not, it's still enjoyment that people really love. It's like me completely erasing my fighting game community stuff. I no longer want to be known as a fighting game community content creator, so I'm erasing all my videos. And anybody that brings it up is no bueno. No, I completely acknowledge that I was a fighting game content creator, and now I'm not, or at least not as, I don't do as much as I used to. I'm not as big on the fighting game community content, you know? So I think acknowledging your past and moving on is definitely the best way to go about it, but directly, completely erasing your past, very hard, especially when so many people knew you for it, right? It's one of those things. It's like the iDub situation, if you guys know what that is. VTubers that show their real face / body a lot aren't really VTubers. Ooh, okay. That's an interesting one. So the Mudbloods, huh? You aren't a fan of Mudbloods, are you? You're being real racist right now, senor. Come on now, amigo. Let's not kid ourselves. You VTuberist, aren't you? Face Connect is literally the best VTuber company if you're not a big Idol fan. Duh. Personality, content, model. My number one thing out of anything is personality. Content is, of course, is second, and then model is third. You would think that's not the case, but for me, that's always the case. I won't lie to you. Models are very nice. Luck is part of being a successful VTuber. I agree, but it also takes a crazy amount of skill. And nobody talks about one of the biggest things when it comes to being a successful VTuber or just a successful content creator. Time. You have to sacrifice something in order to be able to make time to be able to promote social media, content creation, shorts, all that good jazz. These are all huge things that you need to do to be able to be a VTuber. Oh, don't forget about collaborations, obviously. Networking is a huge part of it too. But make sure that you are financially stable when you do so. VShojo would have been absolutely screwed if they hadn't hired Henya after 3 members left. She brought a great sense of chemistry they were severely lacking before. They were able to feel a group of friends rather than just co-workers. I actually am going to agree with this take. This is actually a little bit spicy because not a lot of people talk about it, but it's true. I do think that Henya brought about a certain chemistry and a certain vibe to VShojo that was severely lacking, especially right after Silvervale, Nyanners, and Vebe left. And the following talents after Henya also were a great addition. Tara, Michi, Giga, Haruka. All those people were always great. I think it started off with Haruka for sure. And Henya did too, Giga did too, Michi, all these people, they brought some great vibes to VShojo. Even though they had some good vibes to begin with. I think Zen, Iron Mouse, Melody, they have some really good vibes. But I think Henya brought a different type of vibe that people were wanting. So I do agree with this take. I think Henya the Genius definitely brought something that we were all looking for.
Hi.
me again. So I just wanted to elaborate on the comment a little bit, in particular the Vshoujo being screwed part. I don't think Vshoujo would have been screwed at all without Henya. I think they would have been just fine. But like I said in the video, I do agree that Henya brought a really nice vibe to the company. But Vshoujo would have been fine. And with that, that's all the VTuber hot takes for this thread here. So if you guys enjoyed this video, or if you guys agree with any of these things or disagree with any of these things, let me know in the comment section. I'm going to be reading them, and I'm going to be seeing what you guys think about all of these different takes. I don't usually make content like this, but I will be making more discussion type things, and I want to make more off-stream content too. So we'll see about that. Anyways, buy my YouTubes. Limited time only. It's a plush. If you're watching this beyond the actual limited time slot that you can get this plush, then you missed out, suckers. We're all going to be laughing at you with our plushes. So you better get one right now. Do it. Do it.